Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
Today, we got a twofer.
We
got a good beer and we got a good dish.
We do.
We're going to start with a pineapple Saison.
Yum.
And this beer, why don't you open and pour while I'm talking about it.
That's my middle name, open and pour.
Better than standards and pour.
That's right.
This is based on a couple of audio episodes, Basic Brewing radio episodes. First was the episode on Graph that we did with Brooke Baber and David Bowder, where they used frozen pineapple juice at the end of the boil. Then I did an interview with Brian Gold on fruit Saisons. And so both of those inspired me to combine a new technique with the spur-of-the-moment Saison recipe that you've seen on this show. So let's get into the how-to.
Absolutely.
All right, first I started off with 15 quarts of water, filtered water, at 163 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 14.2 liters at 73 C. And to that I added 9 pounds or 4 kilograms of American two-row, 1 pound or 0.45 kilograms of malted rye. And that brought me to a rest temperature of 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 65 C that I held for 60 minutes. Then I sparged with 17 quarts of water at 170 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 16 liters at 77 C. And then, once I got the boil going, I added 0.75 ounces or 21 grams of Magnum hops for bittering, and I kept them in there for 60 minutes. And then at the end of the boil, 5 minutes before the end of the boil, I added 1 ounce or 28 grams of Mosaic, and then right at flame out, I added 1 ounce or 28 grams of Sriracha Ace. Then here comes the tricky part. After I turned off the fire, I added 1 quart of frozen, organic, pasteurized, 100% pineapple juice with no preservatives, right there at flame out. And I had frozen that in a freezer bag. So that gave me a starting gravity of 1048, and to which I added the dry Bell Saison yeast that we've used before. So that fermented down to 1006, which gave us an alcohol by volume of 5.5%. So that was a new technique that we learned from Brooke and David of adding frozen fruit juice right at the end of the boil. That has a benefit of knocking down some of your heat before you put before you start running the wort chiller.
Well, I was wondering what why does it have to be frozen? And I don't guess it has to be frozen.
No.
But you're right, if you can cool that down that much quicker, so much the better.
Yeah. And so knocking down the heat quickly also helps preserve the flavor and the aroma of those hops.
Absolutely.
Those fairly new hops. The Sriracha Ace is going to give you a lemony character. Mosaic is the reason they call it Mosaic is because it's a lot of things.
I love both those hops. So
cheers.
Very nice.
Oh,
really nice, clean. It's got a little bit of that barnyard funk, but not very much. There's a tiny bit of pepperiness at the end, which I like. I get the pineapple. I think I'll get more pineapple as it warms up. It's still fairly cold. Wow, really excellent.
Thank you. Now, I don't get as much funk as I thought I would out of that yeast. It's not as funky as that original Saison that we did.
Yeah.
But man, the little bit of Saison character with the pineapple, with the hops, it all comes together. It's a very bright, sessionable.
Very much.
5.5% is a little high on the sessionable scale, but boy.
Yeah, boy, it drinks really nice. And so there's no coriander or any kind of...
No spices.
No spices.
Just the pineapple juice is an adjunct.
Really nice. It's just it's kind of sweet at the front end, real soft, and then you get a little bit of that hop bump, that hop bitterness bump, and a little pepper, for me. And then it finishes really clean. So congratulations. This is an excellent beer.
Well, thank you.
Excellent beer.
In theory, Steve, what would you cook to go with a beer like this?
In theory, you might cook a stir fry. So let's go to the past and the future and see how that's done. All right, so that's a great beer that James has made, the Pineapple Saison Delish. So I was challenged to come up with a dish that would work well with it. This is a shrimp and yellowfin tuna stir fry using some of the components of a Saison, and we're just going to get right into it. Now check this out. This is the cool thing. This is pilaf made with barley instead of rice because, you know, it's all about the beer, right? So this is a barley pilaf using pearled barley. We're going to do some tuna and shrimp together. I'm just going to get started and start cooking. Cooking. So how do you use this thing? That's the wrong one. Okay, so we're going to do the stir fry. This is kind of my idea of Asian, Mediterranean, Arkansas stir fry. So it's my own cuisine. We'll get our wok nice and hot, and it's already heated up. We're going to add some oil to that. In this case, about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. Get it all swished around nice and pretty. We're going to add our shrimp and our tuna. This has been marinating in lemon juice, a little bit of sesame oil, and some red pepper flake. No salt, not yet anyway. So here we go. This is going to go in. This will go very quickly. Oh my God. Smell that. Is that not awesome? Get a little more heat on there. Yum. Now, shrimp and fish cook really fast, so you don't want to, waste too much time watching it going, how pretty is that? Dump your stuff in. So here's some scallion. Here's some sugar snap peas. It's already killing me. Here's some pineapple, and this is just to really give it some nice sweet flavor and to pick up those flavors from the Saison that was so brilliant in James's beer. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of soy to this. Oh my goodness. We're almost home. I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of red pepper flake and coriander to give a nod to the Saison elements in here. So this will spice it up. And obviously, if you don't like the heat, you don't want the chilies, just leave them out. Or if you want more chilies, put them in. And we're going to be ready to go here in about, maybe give it 2 more minutes. Let some of that steam away. And here's my nod to Mediterranean cooking. I really like parsley. This is Italian flat leaf parsley. I'm going to dump some of that in there too. Going to give it a nice spring-like flavor. Yum. Put this aside. That's our dish. We're going to plate this up. I'm going to serve some to me and some to James, and we'll see what we think about it. That's it.
So super, super easy. This may have been maybe the easiest recipe you've ever done on the show.
Well, there was that time I made hot water soup. It was
not one of your most flavorful recipes.
No, but everybody liked it.
The thing that intrigues me the most is the pearled barley.
Yeah, so wasn't she married to Louis Belson? Pretty sure.
Oh, that's Pearl Bailey.
Oh, Pearl. That's right. Well,
but you cook the barley with half water and half beer.
Saison.
The actual beer.
So I just made a cup of barley, and I added and so the boiling water or liquid was a cup of beer and a cup of water. Could have used all beer, but I thought it might be too strong. If I'd had wort, unhopped wort, I would have used that. But let's see how it is.
See, I'm not getting any bitterness from the barley at all. I think you might could use. No, I'm from the South.
Yeah, you are.
You might use all beer.
So this is like a fusion. It's a little Asian. It's a little Southern. It's a little Arkansas. Who knows? But I like the barley as the pilaf instead of rice.
Oh my gosh.
I like the tuna. Oh,
That pineapple.
pineapple just kills it.
Oh, that goes good.
Happy dance.
Oh my gosh.
Let me try this with the beer.
That is transcendent. And the tuna?
This is super healthy, really good, great date night dish, you know?
And if you eat enough tuna, you get so much mercury you can take your own temperature.
That's true. That's right. You'll always know how warm it is. And you can refill those cavities. So,
Oh man.
time for a little warrior hop. I've been inventing beer yoga. I've got, this is my warrior hop pose.
Downward facing dogfish beer.
That's right. That's where you get down. Stay tuned for my wind release pose. It's coming up later.
That's the degassing phase.
That's a degassing phase.
Oh my gosh.
This is killer good. Do yourself a favor and make this pineapple Saison that James invented. It's a wonderful beer. It's light. It's a great lawnmower beer. I mean that in the best sense of the word. I really enjoy it. Try this stir fry. Super easy to make. Use the pearled barley or barley. It doesn't have to be pearled, but use the barley instead of rice. You'll like it, and it helps tie us back to beer, which is always a good thing.
There you go.
So,
What he said.
happy brewing.
Cheers.
Come and visit us on the web at basicbrewing.com. You can find archive lists of both our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs, Extract Brewing and Partial Mashing, Stepping into All Grain, Low-Tech Lagering and Decoction Mashing, Introduction to Wine Kits, and our Basic Brewing Brewer's Logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Write to James at basicbrewing.com, Steve at basicbrewing.com, or just use the contact form on basicbrewing.com.
Wasn't it Pearl Bailey in the Memorex commercial?
Yes. I think so. No, that was Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh.